Good morning, everyone. This is Carl F. Rose recording from Bedford, Pennsylvania on Monday, July 22nd, 2019. And today we're going to discuss Jim Harbaugh originally and his recent comments. Originally, I was going to do some research onto Urban Meyer and where his controversies were trying to defend Jim Harbaugh, but after watching some videos from Man-Beast Morris, and let me give you a quick shout out publicly on my podcast here, Man-Beast. You're my man, you're a good guy, and thank you very much for your shout out on your recent video, and there's some other subscribers channels I need to subscribe to, and I have to go back to your video to go to those channels. Anyway, and then I was watching some other videos from Mobby, there goes Mobby, and Motor City Sports Talk, and others, basically about Jim Harbaugh, the comment, and what he has done and what he hasn't done. So, instead of defending Jim Harbaugh, we're going to talk about what he needs to do as a coach. Now, I couldn't stand him when he was a coach on the 49ers just because I can't stand the 49ers. But now that he's the coach of the Wolverines, he needs to do his job. But let's get back to his comment here. A reporter asked him about Urban Meyer, and his response was, well, everywhere Urban Meyer goes, there's a controversy follows him. Well, that was basically a lame, weak comment, and no wonder the media's all over it. I would have preferred if Jim Harbaugh said something like this: look, I'm more interested in my program and our program here at Michigan and the success of our program here at Michigan, and the fact that we need to get our team to win the conference and then get into the NCAA college football playoffs and win the national championship, period. Jim Harbaugh took a step up last year, but he still has a monkey on his back. He has not beaten Ohio State. He needs to beat them. Urban Meyer had his number. He was completely outcoached. So apparently Jim Harbaugh wants to go in these little petty things. The reporter asked him a question. He could have deflected it and said, look, here's what we're doing at Michigan. We're improving, and we're going to go not only get the conference championship, but we're going into the playoffs, and we're going for the full national championship. That would have been the preferred answer in my view, instead of going into this petty thing about Urban Meyer, because he's a retired coach. Who cares? And that's the kind of answer that Jim Harbaugh should have given these reporters. The reporter basically gave him an out. He had an option. Jim Harbaugh had an option. But no. What does he do? He does a typical Jim Harbaugh thing. And frankly, the way I see it with Jim Harbaugh is he needs to get over the hump. He needs to not only beat the teams that they should beat, but beat them decisively. None of these squeaky, just barely win teams that you should thoroughly destroy, like by 45-3, things like that, instead of a 20-17 thing. He needs to destroy the teams that Michigan is fully capable of just dominating. And now when it comes to things like Penn State, Michigan State, and Ohio State, those games will, and I expect them to always be close, fought-out battles because just because they're rivals and they're just tough games for both teams. But he needs to beat Ohio State, and I'm at a point this time with Jim Harbaugh. I am starting to get a little frustrated with him. I do think he's a better college football coach than a professional football coach. Prior to Matt Patricia, when there was a transition between Jim Caldwell and Matt Patricia, I was kind of hoping that maybe Jim Harbaugh would jump to the Lions, but thankfully, the Lions probably saw something, and they didn't want to go that direction, and they probably saw what happened in San Francisco, because basically Harbaugh lost the team in San Francisco, and that's why he's no longer. That's why he's back in the college league. But he either beats Ohio State this year, or he gets shown the door. That's my view on Jim Harbaugh, and you know he needs to step it up as a coach, and he needs to really dominate the teams that he needs to dominate, and he needs to get that win, and he needs to win the conference outright, period. There's no more. I mean, he took over a really lousy team from the Brady Hoke era, and in the few short years that he's been here, he's actually turned around a miserable team, but now he needs to pick it up a little more. So yeah, instead of defending his comments and looking for where Urban Meyer had controversy, who cares? I don't care. What I care about is the Michigan Wolverines winning the conference, beating Ohio State, and getting into the college football playoff. This is all on Jim Harbaugh. It's on his recruiting, who he recruits. He needs a good quarterback. He needs, look, they've had the lines. They've had a pretty good offensive line. They've had a pretty good defensive line. But, in critical things, they have seemed to make errors. But again, I'm not going to blame everything on the refs, but there have been some terrible calls. The Zebras have it in for Michigan, just like they do for the Lions, and Jim Harbaugh, most of the time he knows when to challenge, and he usually gets it right. But there are some areas where he did a challenge, really just to do the challenge, just because he was mad. I can't remember what game that was. That was last year. It may have been an Ohio State game. I can't remember what game it was, but it was pretty obvious it was his challenge was going to be overruled. But I think I would have thrown that. I can't remember the game. I don't remember the situation, but he just needs to step it up. And again, another shout out. Thank you, Man Beast Morris, and thank you, Mobby. Because I was going to do a different podcast, and I was going to defend the guy, but he needs to get the Wolverines to win. He needs to not only get them to win more games, but he needs to get them to win the conference and get the national championship. It's been a while since the Wolverines have won a national championship. I remember the good old days of Bo Schembechler, say that real fast, and against Woody Hayes. Those were awesome games. I loved it. The rivalry was great. The arguments, as much as I can't stand Ohio State, Woody Hayes was awesome. I mean, I loved him. I mean, on the sideline, and Bo, same thing. Bo had the best teams out there, and it was a back and forth. And in my eyes, Bo, from what I've seen, all the Michigan teams I've seen, Bo has been the best coach that I've ever seen at Michigan State. And Jim Harbaugh is no Bo Schembechler, not even close. So he needs to step it up. I'm going to sign off now. And for all you who are listening to this podcast, be sure to hit the bell notification on my YouTube channel and the subscribe button. And be sure, if you're not subscribed to my main channel, go over there and do the same thing. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. I'm going to be doing another video later today on my main channel. I need to get this my regular Monday morning podcast. I need to get this out, and I wanted to shout out to a few people out there. And anyway, well, that's about it. Just wanted to get this off and say thanks to a few people who helped produce this. Well, didn't produce, but helped me come up with a better format, because I was going to do it completely different, and Jim Harbaugh does need to be called out. So we will talk to you next Monday, and we will see you then. Have a good day.